Hello, you're listening to Hugo Talks. So this painting of King Charles, it's interesting for many reasons. This is yet another product of the false prophet machine. This image and the way it's being presented to the public through social media and the obvious reaction it was always going to get is another example of how the false prophet works. The false prophet being the second beast of Revelation, and its job is to defile and corrupt the inhabitants of the earth by recruiting them to follow the beast, as stated in Scripture. And this story of the revealing of King Charles' first portrait, of course, is created obviously to create and cause a reaction, to create engagement, to get people to say, look at this. It's terrible. It's satanic. He looks like he's smeared in blood. He is standing in hell. It is that reaction which is what it was created for in the first place, right? There's nothing secret being revealed here. This is all deliberate. And this is all about the false light awakening. This is why you have what I was talking about recently. You have the hijacking of Jesus. Why you have all of these celebrities suddenly saying they are baptized and are all of a sudden going Catholic. It's the false prophet slowly creating now a dichotomy of two extreme sides. An extreme good side and an extreme evil side. Both of them are false. On one side, we have these celebrities, say like Russell Brand and Candace Owens and Jordan Peterson and his wife suddenly talking about, Jesus and going Catholic and doing the rosary and promoting Hallow apps and stuff. And then on the other side, we have talk of Satan and the Antichrist and the exorcisms and demonic possession in high places and in celebrities and so forth. That's also being pushed. And the strategy being that this will continue, both of them in time will be pushed to extremes so that the audience, if they are participating, if they are engaged and believe what they are told, the audience will pick a side. And most of them, of course, will pick the counterfeit Jesus side and destroy the exaggerated evil enemy, not realizing by doing so they are corrupting themselves. This is the false light awakening. And to create a false light awakening, you also have to create an exaggerated enemy for them to rally against. It's what I was talking about over a year ago when I was talking about the big reveal, how all of the jib-jab stuff was going to be revealed, how these things were created originally to be revealed in order to cause an uprising, in which all of those involved and engaged will end up corrupting themselves. It's called the Great Awakening Deception. There are no winners if you continue to follow the man-made scripts of the media. Yeah? You can't win, as it's all coming from the father of lies. Yeah? And the beast recruits its members through the second beast, which is the false prophet being the entire electric communication systems of the world, which is where everyone sees and is influenced by this stuff. And that is what is going to make all of this happen. So this painting, what do you think? What I'm curious about here is, do you think that King Charles is aware of what is going on? Would he be aware of the obvious reaction this painting would get? I mean, if you were a king and you were getting your first official portrait done, surely you would want the people to like it. You would want it to be you want to be popular, right? The idea is that you're king of the people. So the painting should be something that, isn't going to be too unusual or too daring. It should be something that the majority would like. And if you're King Charles, surely you should also be aware of your bloody history of invading and stealing from other nations, and that there is much talk of you being the great-great-grandson 16 times removed of Vlad the Impaler, who the character Dracula was inspired from. You should be aware how there is much talk of you and your family being evil and connected to Epstein and satanic stuff and whatever. So you have all of that going on. So why would you ever agree to a painting like that? Is King Charles actually aware of any of this? I don't know if he does. I don't think he knows his arse from his elbow. I mean, he may have had the best education money can buy, but this is someone who lives in a very, very isolated bubble. You know, was he told by the people around him that this was a good idea to go for this modern look? Surely his advisors who you would presume would be much more savvy to public reaction, surely they would have known that it would get the reaction it has. So it seems to me that this has been created specifically to tie into the false light awakening. So of course you see all of these online commentators saying it looks like Satan burning in hell, etc., etc. That's exactly why it was created in this manner, to get the response. You know, it's not a question of black and white here. Yeah, Charles claims to have a royal link to the tribe of Judah, right? And he swears on the Bible at his coronation, but is the head of an establishment that accumulates and stores away obscene amounts of wealth and property and riches, and he still takes from the poor. This greed alone shows you the fruit from this tree is rotten. Never mind anything else. And God states in Scripture that kings must not accumulate large amounts of wealth in silver and gold for themselves. So all of these institutions and establishment are corrupt. We know that. But this corruption is going to be exaggerated to create extreme reactions that will usher in the beast system. I think these people are being set up to be taken down. We always hear about how there will be a new worldly system, how there will be a new Luciferian age being brought in. Well, to do that, you have to remove what people now perceive to be the ruling authorities that are in place now. There has to be a change of guard. What it really is that the establishment, what's actually behind all of this, doesn't change. It's just the faces and the names of these organizations that will change. That's why you have this monarch butterfly in the image, because the butterfly it changes into something else, but it's still the same creature. Yeah, meet the new boss, same as the old boss. The only difference is that by riling up the masses to take down in rebellion the faces and names of what they perceive to be the authority now, by doing this, they end up corrupting themselves. And the new faces and names that are then put in to replace what you see now, what you perceive to be authority now, will inhabit a world of diminished moral standing. That's your beast system coming into play then, which will only be for a short time, as it states in Scripture. So this painting, look, I'm no art expert, right? But with that in mind, with what I've just said, it kind of makes sense. Here we have a king surrounded by red, which you could say is symbolizing his family's bloody history, a bloody history of violence and brutal colonialism that people still suffer the consequences from today. A monarchy that was built on slavery. King Charles represents today that bloody history and suffers, I would imagine, from its generational curse being handed down to him. And its hellish look could symbolize the punishment for that history. It also symbolizes the monarchy fading away, with only the face really standing out in this sea of red, as if it's the end of something. It's fading away, which would tie into the false light great awakening deception that will be an uprising that brings down what we perceive to be the powers that be, which is what the false prophet is doing now online, social media, internet. It's recruiting people to become the beast that rises up and destroy the harlot representing what we perceive to be the ruling authorities. And the monarch butterfly is symbolizing perhaps the metamorphosis of this change of guard, this change of face. Yeah. The thing is to not get involved with either of these extreme dialectic sides that the false prophet is creating online right now. So that's my view on the painting. It's either that or this artist, he just got a load of red paint that he needed to use up, right? Okay, thank you for listening. Thanks for your prayers. Thanks for your support. And I'll see you in the next video. Your eyes are a shade of blue. The light from the screen, is it telling you what to do? Your mind, are your thoughts now really your own? Or are you a victim of an MK Ultra show? Take care not to be deceived. Those actors on the stage, they're all working for the beast machine. Corrupt your mind in every way. The false prophet brought fire down from the sky this way. Say you never were warned. You need to again be born. Whoa. You're going round on a wheel of sand, which the fake stream media span. Whoa. It's just mind control. The internet around it is a snare, like a big black hole. All roads lead to Rome, the same old song. To keep you from salvation is the plan they had all along. Don't say you never were warned. You need to again be born. Whoa. You're going round on a wheel of sand, which the fake stream media span. Whoa. Take care to not be deceived. Fear not, for you can believe. No. Are you following man-made scripts as opposed to following scripture? Are you following man-made scripts as opposed to following scripture? Take care to not be deceived. Fear not, for you can